We're really gonna make our core nice and strong. We're gonna work on like how the side butt cheek muscles keep our hips from dragging to the floor. And then our arms out to the side. So if you take your left arm out to the side while you're seated, thank you. And then you squeeze your shoulder blades together. This is like when my shoulder blades squeeze together, my shoulder blade moves towards my spine. That's not what we want it to be like in side plank, okay? So instead, I'm gonna like push my shoulder blade away from my spine. And when I do that, I'm turning on all these muscles around my shoulder and I'm holding myself out to the side. That's the idea that we want to find here, is that we're strongly pushed down to rise up. So let's find that first on our feet. So come to stand somewhere near the top of the mat. So when you come to the top of the mat, you lift all 10 toes up, spread them out nice and wide, relax your toes back down. Your feet can be hips distance apart or your toes touching, that's up to you. And what I want you to do is, as you're standing there, notice that if you push your feet firmly down into the floor, you feel like you get like taller. Now just to compare that, get like heavy in your feet so your whole body like goes down and just like slumps down. It like slumps down. And you can feel that there's like a heaviness to that. Sometimes when we're really tired, we get like defeated. Maybe you had like, feel like you're carrying like a really heavy bag. And then the opposite of that now, you push down and see how tall you can get up towards the sky so that as you press down, you rise up. Keeping the chin lower than your ears, so the back of the neck is a little longer. You rise up to the crown of the head, and that's not your forehead. It's like middle of your head and then like back about an inch. You think about lifting that place up. Now from that place of pressing down to rise up, what's the least amount of energy that you can use and maintain this? This is the stira and the sukha of the yoga practice, the strength and the ease. Your ability to balance hanging on and letting go. So before we start the practice today, I would like you to spend a few moments here connecting to your breathing and acknowledging if you tend to be more on the holding on side of things or the letting go. In order to make the best decisions, we bring those pieces together. What does it take today for you to find balance? And then coming out of your own story, your own needs, considering, is there someone in your life that you would like to dedicate or offer your time to practice to? But they might have a need. But they might rest well. Even if there's nothing you can do for them but offer them this time. Fluttering your eyes open. On your inhale, take both arms, reach them up towards the sky. And as you press down and rise up, how far can those arms reach? Your shoulder blades move all the way up, even to those ears. Make a few circles in your wrists, one direction. Good. Reverse those circles. Take them in the opposite direction. Good. Think about pulling the ribs in. Get as long as you can as you press up. Good. And then release your arms down to your sides. Lower your chin down to your chest, your right ear to your right shoulder. Maybe reach out and down with that left arm as the right ear moves towards the right. Chin back down into the chest, the left ear towards the left shoulder. Now the right arm can reach out and down. Good, and then the chin back down into the chest, a few gentle circles in the neck. If circles don't feel so good, shake your head yes. And reverse in the circles, if you were shaking your head yes, now you'll shake it no. Coming back to center. Reaching both arms up towards the sky. Find a little back bend. Exhale and forward fold. Take your hands down towards the earth. Good. Bring your fingers around your elbows, chin to the chest, head hangs down. Maybe you need a little wider stance to feel more stable. That's okay. Now, if you imagine that you have a backpack on and it's got all of your things in it, your worries and your stresses, the to-do list. That backpack that holds all of those things, you're just like dumping it over. So keep your chin into your chest so that stuff doesn't hit you in the back of the head because it's falling out of that backpack onto your mat. So when we finish, we roll up our mat, you can take those things and place them back in that backpack, but hopefully they're a little bit more manageable, a little smaller, not quite so heavy. Good, releasing your hands down onto the mat, step the right foot back to the back of the mat, just the right foot. Good, pressing the mat away with your right hand, take your left arm up towards the sky, open it up, twist. So this is the first place you get to push down into that arm and really find the lift up. Like that you're not sinking in the shoulder. Good, bring your left hand back down onto the floor. Step forward, back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grounding those palms down, step back. Opposite side, left step back. Left fingers or hand stays down, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And the blocks are great. If you're like, man, I don't have the space in my legs for this to push the ground away, put your hand on the block. Bring that right hand back down onto the earth. Step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Good, so everybody's got a little card in front of their mat that says, would you like hands-on assist? Yes, please. If you flip it over, the other side says, no, thank you. You can flip that over at any time. No, I don't get offended. So whatever works for you. Good, round those palms down to the floor, step back, jump back, flow back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, lifting upward facing dog or tall pose. Exhale back. downward facing dog. Now your downward facing dog can have that same feeling as we found in Tadasana. You make yourself feel really heavy in down dog, like your hands are pushing into the ground, your feet are pushing the ground, and everything just like feels like down and heavy and just kind of schlumpy. So stop doing that. And now push the ground away like you mean it and see how high your butt can go because you get light. Because you press down to rise up. And as those heels reach towards the floor, and they don't ever have to touch, we're trying to lift the bottoms of those sit bones up towards the sky. And that opposition lengthens the back of your legs. Find a bend to your right leg, straighten your left leg. Find that same lift up. And then straighten the leg. And rebend opposite side. And straighten it out. Inhale, look forward. Press the ground away. Keep your butt reaching up towards the sky as you jump to the top of the mat. So good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Take your arms up, overhead, back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold, hands back under you. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, lean forward, into those fingers. Inhale, upward facing dog or fall forward. Exhale back, downward facing dog. With your chin into your chest, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale, right leg lifts up in the air, two-legged down. Good, keep the hips even, so your right hip and your left hip are on the same. Good, probably that right hip has to turn down. And then with your foot flexed behind you, your toes should face this floor. And that means that leg rolls in. Yeah, that's it. Lift it up a little higher now. And then exhale, bring the foot between your ankles. Pause, push the ground away. So maybe your hands are on blocks, but your palms have to stay pushing the ground away. Upper back is lifted. Both hands? Yeah, both hands. Now, as you push the ground away, then you jump and switch your legs. Now, the idea here is to stay as light and as high with those hips as possible. Slow it down, go for hang time. I don't want your hips to like fall to the floor. So if it bounces and you fall to the floor, think about keeping your hips up. Keep jumping now for 30 seconds. Push the ground away. Jump. If you're on your fingertips, like goddamn, you're trying to like basically do a handstand on your fingertips. So I don't care if your foot doesn't come up as high between your hands, but keep those palms pressing down. Push the ground away. Yes. So you're doing so good. We have like 10 seconds left. Step up, lift it up, jump up, switch the leg. 3, 2, and 1. Right foot forward, left foot back. Left knee lowers down, both arms up towards the sky. Good. Pressing those hips forward. Tuck your back toes. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Back toes tucked under. And then with your back foot tucked under, your foot will be on the same side. Yeah, so the left foot stays on the left side. Even more. Yeah. That turns your hips forward. It's way harder. And I make it way harder. Even at the gym. People are like, don't ask for anyone to do it, because you'll just make it really hard. So keep bending your knee. pressing your hips forward. And now without your upper body going up and down, we're gonna try to lift that back knee up because we squeeze our butt cheeks so much. So if your upper body is going down, it's like not what we're looking for today. Not bad, which is not what we're doing today. So knee down, touch the floor, and then lift it up. Translate your upper body. So lower it down. Your upper body moving up and down. See if you can stop that. Yeah. Like, wait, what? So when I'm down in my low lunge, and I have like this is what kind of like what we're used to. It's like up and down, which is there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what we're doing today. So we're trying to hold this, and we're trying to like lift that back knee up and then tap the floor. Lift that back knee up and then tap the floor, so that it only comes from your hip and your butt, and not from your body going up and down in that floor. So give like 5 more taps. So again, this is ridiculous. It's very hard. But why? You gotta keep that knee straight towards your face to the side. So stabilizing those other thighs. Last one, lift it up, hold it up, arms reach up. Little back bend. Keep squeezing. Back thigh rolls in, front thigh rolls out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sit back towards your left heel. Right leg straightens up. Half on the left. So half split. So the farther you sit back towards your heel, like it gets like meh. I want you to start coming like forward as far as you can towards a split. And this early in the practice. Pull those toes back toward you. And then take your baby toe side of the foot down towards the floor. And then your big toe side down towards the floor. We're just moving the femur and the hip side.
I believe I forgot these.
Very good. And then coming back to center, pull those toes back towards your face, stick your butt up and back. So you're getting as long as possible again over that front leg. Excellent. Rebend the knee. Step it back. Like position. Slow lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Move around. Left leg lifts up in the air. It's really down dog. Hips are even. Finding that lift. Step that left foot through between your hands. Pausing, push the ground away.
Yeah, another 30 seconds.
Yeah, you stay up. You know what's coming. So our butt stays up, our palms press down, and I don't care how far the foot goes up. I want you to try to make this as light as possible, and that you push the ground. We're learning the push today. So when you're ready, you got 30 seconds. Switching the feet. Press down, let those up. Go in for hang time. Don't care how far the foot goes up. Keep those arms straight. Push the ground away. Killing it. That's it. It's so nice. Hear how like light it is? Like downstairs at the Helen Blue, they don't even know. They have no idea what's going on up here. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Left foot forward. Right knee lowers down, hand behind your head, elbows wide. Good, with those hands behind your head, the elbows wide. Breathe. Toes tucked under in the back foot. We get that back foot right in line with the back knee. Yeah, because it like pulls the thigh. That's where it should be. But now, what is it like? Do we like lift it up? Maybe, maybe not. It's okay if you're like, no, I'm just working on how the heck that happened. This is chat before. Good. All the while, as you're lifting your lower, keeping the chest coming back over your hips. Opening that space in the front of the left hand knee and thigh one. For 3, up and down. 2, bring this way back. 1 more. And then hold it up. Good, so your knee has to pull out to its baby toe side. That front knee pulls out. Yes. Bring this back to this piece right here. Your low belly. Low belly. 3, 2, and 1. So good. So now we lower the knee down, sit back, opposite side. You can back to the right, the left, and straight up. You did that side already. You did that one. Good. So you're on the other side. We're in our half Vinyasa, so kind of working towards that like idea of a split, not a full split right now. Chest stays lifted. Stick your butt cheek out. And get as long as possible. Pull the toes back towards the face.
So I mean, little like baby toe side drops down, big toe side drops down, side to side.
Come back to center the toes to your face. And then rebend into that left knee, grind the palms down. Step back, slow lower, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, hop step, jump up on the top of the line. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, bend the knees. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Uttanasana. Sitting back in your chair, that's not bad. Good. With all 10 toes up. Then the idea here is not to like lay your belly on your thighs. So we try to like open at the hip. So where your hip and your femur, your thigh bone meet, you try to lift that space up. Good, then pull those arms back a little further. Then you bring your fingers around your elbows. Fingers on elbows. Yes. And now pull your forearms back behind your head. It's not the same as pushing your head forward. Good. Now lower your chest halfway to the floor. Get those elbows lifted up. Up, up, up. Butt goes back, elbows move forward, and move. Good, squeeze the knees in a little bit. And then pull those elbows back. Good, exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Good, inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale and forward fold. Remember the palms down, step, jump off, or float it back. Chaturanga Dandasana and hold Chaturanga. Breathe. 2, 1, inhale, lift, upward facing dog, or tall. Exhale back. Downward facing dog, right leg lifts up in the air, feel like you down dog. Good. Now stack the right hip on top of the left hip. But keep the leg straight. So your leg is in the air and it's in line with your hip. Don't take it behind. And now squeeze that side butt to lift that leg up. Breathe. Good. Press the left heel down. Right leg up. So lift this hip up here. Yes, this is one. A little more. Yeah, hold on. Yes. Now flex this foot like you're like with your heel. Good. And then lift it up a little higher. Yes, that's it. Press through your heel. 2. Press. And 1. Step your right foot close. Your hand. Rise up, warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back. Finding that squeeze. We pull those things away from each other. Right knee, bend a little deeper. And then towards your baby toe step. Good. Can you find a way that your arms squeeze together a little bit, and then that you reach out with that squeeze, turning all the muscles on. Good. Turn the right palm up towards the sky now. Exhale, lean back and reverse your warrior. You can take that right hand behind your head and reach from your right elbow up and back to get that side stretch. Good. Inhale back through center. You can straighten and rebend the leg if your leg is getting tired. And then side angle pose, right hand down inside the right foot. And then taking that left arm overhead in a diagonal towards the front of the room. So I want it in like a straight line from your foot to your hand. You can make this stance a little wider. Then just put back here. A little wider. Yeah, there we go. Good. So from this to this. We get that long straight line. Yes. Good. Inhale, rise back up to center. 1, 2. And then straightening from like, you can shorten that stance up a little bit. So the back foot steps inside. I need you to be able to move your hips. So if you're out so far that you're like, I stop, I can't move my hips, it's too much. And bend your knees a little bit. I want you to feel like kind of move my hips around. So the back hip is going to go up in the air as far as you can. You get like very sassy in the hips. Reach out as far as you can. And then bring that hand down towards the floor. And the opposite arm up towards the sky. Can you find that idea of pressing down to rise up, which is different than everything going down to the floor. And then reach to rise, the root to rise. Reach in all directions. Good, press down to the feet, rise back up to standing warrior 2. Rebend into that right knee, curving your hands down to the floor. Then back to a plank position. Good. Hold there in that plank, feet together. Come down to your forearms plank, feet together. And hold, 30 seconds. If you cannot hold this plank without your low back arching or your hips sagging or teeping up towards the sky, put your knees down, but lower. Yes.
Breathe.
For 5, but lower. 3, 2, and 1. Both heels to the right, left arm up towards the sky. Side plank. So if you're like, oh shit, this is very hard. The top leg foot can come down on the floor. And that's the modification here. So if I bring my top foot down to the floor, I'm gonna take some of the weight out of my hips. Because I push down, but I still have to use that bottom butt cheek, and that's really what I want to teach you today. Good, back to center, forearm plank, or a break. Or a break, or a break. Where does your mind go when it gets hard? You're supposed to hang on or let go today. Both heels to the left. Right arm up towards the sky. Side front. Top foot can come down onto the floor in front of you. And you push into that foot to lift the hips up if needed. Push the ground away. No sinking down. Push down to rise up. You have a few more seconds. Good. Back to center or a break. Forearm plank, last 30 seconds or a 30-second break. It's about what you need. About what your body is asking for today. Your ability to listen to that body. Good. Everybody relaxing, lay it all the way down on the floor. I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. She got some big decisions to make. She's like, what does your body say? Oh, God. Being with family with all these like enlightened yoga people that give you advice like, what does your body say? Damn it. I know. I have to listen. I haven't been listening. I've been really busy. Well, no decision gets made until you slow down. That's what this practice is always for me. I'll listen. Seeing yourself. Noticing the way you talk to yourself. Bring those hands back underneath your shoulders. Transition through a child's pose back to downward facing dog. Left leg up in the air. Yeah. Oh shit, you have to do the other side, right? All right. You know where my head was. Oh, no. Stack that left hip. On top of the right. Press the ground away a lot. Keep your abs in. Good. Now that leg on the floor. Don't let it roll in. Roll that standing leg out. The thigh is out. Good. Heel presses towards the floor on the right foot. And that left leg is going. Lift it up without it going back on your feet. Don't let it go back. You know how this can roll out? Keep trying to roll that thigh out. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and then lift this out of my hand. Yes, that's it. Good breathing. Touch the ground away. I'm gonna get you a different hand. Good, breathe. 2 more breaths. Stack and squeeze. Yes. Step the left foot to the hands. Rise up, warrior 2 on the side. and deeply into the left. A lot of love. And the left knee pulls towards the left baby toe side. You find all that engagement in the shoulders. How do you squeeze in and reach out? This pose too. Even with those really wide legs. You press down to rise up. And now left palm towards the sky. Exhale, lean back, reverse. Extend the hand on your head. And reach from your elbow up and back. Keep bending the knee. Bend that right knee. Keep bending. Do more. Yes. As we find that great big bend in that right knee, pull that right knee towards the baby toe side. Pushing. Yes, like that. Good. Now, inhale, back to center, warrior two. You can straighten and then rebend the leg. Side angle pose. This time you go down inside that one. Yeah. Now. Hang on the block. No big deal. Go on the floor. Hang out in space. Wherever you are, that right arm is going to reach overhead in the diagonal. And we're working to see how deeply we can get into this pose that from that foot all the way up to the fingers is one great big long line. Push. Yes. Good. On an inhale, rising back up to standing. By catch and push down to rise up. And you straighten the front leg. Now you can shorten that stance up a little if you like. And you gotta be able to move your hips. Can you move your hips around? Check. If not, you have to change the stance or bend the knees. Once you can move your hips around, the back hip lifts up. And you get like as sassy as you can. Lift it up and back as far as you can. Reach out over that front leg as far as you can. And then the hand comes down. And then you press in all the directions. I push my head back, I press my feet down, I lengthen through my arms. The side body stays long. So you turn a little more. Yeah. Good. Squeezing on the top abs to lengthen the bottom. Good. Send your shoulders to the back wall behind you. And your left inner thigh to the wall in front of you. Straight both legs, press. Rise all the way up to standing. Or the hands on the floor, stepping back. Like position. Slow lower, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna take this now from the plank position, straight arms, that plank series. If you're like, oh, the regular plank is no good for me, go back down on the forearm plank. Okay, so it's too much in your wrists, no big deal. Inhale, forward, plank position. You're pushing the ground for 30 seconds, shoulder blades away from each other. Plank or forearm plank. Keep breathing. Bring your feet together, your toes touch. Good. Both heels to the right, left arm up towards the sky, side plank. If you want to practice those rotations in your side plank, so your arm comes under the other arm, and back up to your side here, you can do the rotations. They're hard. Just like hips stay. You're just turning your torso. Good. Keep those hips up off the ground, pushing into that top leg as needed. 2, 1. Back to center, upright or up plank. That's up to you. Pushing the ground a little bit. Other side, put together, both heels to the right, left arm up towards the sky. Same idea, the top foot can come forward. Push into that top foot, lift the hips higher. You gotta use that push. Pushing the ground. You have the option to do those rotations again if you like. Push the ground away. Push the ground away. And back to center. Last plank or a longer rest. Everybody lowers down. Flatten out. Trying to bend in the knees, reach back to the insides of the feet. Keep your forehead down. Just reach for your feet. If you can reach them, super. If you can't, maybe reach for one. If not, you do the other. Just bend the knees. Good. Now, forehead stays down. Chest stays down. I want you to try to lift your thighs off the floor. Chest stays down, forehead stays down, lift those thighs. Get them up. Reach up and back. Now, add on your upper body, but keep the thighs up off the floor. Good, stay along the back of the neck. How much can you press down to rise up? 2. And 1. Carefully. And move your hips from side to side. Good, back to center, the knees down. You reach to the inside, grab the outside, reach to the outside, grab the inside. Then you grab one foot, you grab the other foot. You're not grabbing your feet, you stay the same. No big deal. Lift those thighs up. How do you press down and squeeze to lift those thighs? What happens here? What if you turn these arms the other way? Follow there. That's the way. And then kick it. Now, lifting your head and shoulders. I want you to try to get your shins back on the floor again. Like that's how much back you go. Like if you were to just keep going, you're gonna end up with your hands closed. Now nobody's gonna do that, but that's the idea, right? So if you're looking around like, ooh, it's lifting. Yeah, nobody. We're just thinking about it. Good, and then take a rest. Release it out on the floor. Move your hips a little side. Good, bring those hands back underneath your shoulders. Transition to a child's pose. Hips to heels. Hands can go anywhere you like. Extend it out in front of you or reach back for your heels, arms rolling in.
Gonna come in and sit back onto the heels, and then to the side of the heels, extend the legs out long out in front of you.
Bring the legs together, heels together. And the toes go out to the sides. And then squeeze the big toes together. And then the toes out to the sides. And then squeeze them together. One more time out to the sides. And then squeeze them together. And now hold them together. Feet, toes pull back towards you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Out, forward. So see if you can squeeze the insides of the ankles. And it might mean that you have to bend your knees down a little bit. That's all right. It's a different way of stretching the hamstring. So keep pulling those toes back towards your fit. Keep squeezing the inside of the ankles towards each other. Allow the knees to bend as needed. Inhale, a little longer. Spine. Exhale, soften to what you've gained. Inhale, a little longer. Exhale and soften. One more time. Inhale. Lengthen, reach out, reach out, reach out. And exhale, soften. And stay. Inhale, rising back up to center. And bring your right knee across it on top of your left knee. So knees back on top of the knee. Foot goes out to the side. Yeah, we're kind of like squeeze it towards the center as much as possible. It's not easy. So we just find the amount that you can. If you feel like bending the bottom knee and taking that foot to the other side is in your practice, or it would be fun to try it today. But no, if you like try it, you're like, oh no, that was not a good idea. You just need the leg long. Good. So now we have that right knee on top. So we'll take our right arm behind the back, and you're trying to itch like between your shoulder blades. So it goes down behind your back, elbow bends, and you scratch that spot. Then that left arm comes up over your head, and that one bends, and then maybe your fingers come together. Or maybe you grab a hold of your shirt, or a sock, or a strap, and see how you can bring them together. If you can get that bicep back behind your ear, you can push your head into your arm. For a little more stretch. And you smile. That's so good. Then, if this feels good, you can lean forward with all of this. But keep those elbows lifting. Oh. Good. And all the way back up through center. Releasing off. And after that, like intense position, they might be a little like flossing, a little like rolling. Good. Switch the legs. This time, the left knee stacks on top of the right. This time, the left arm reaches up your back. Scratchy, scratch. Left arm comes around. See if you can get those hands together. Maybe. You got the same deal in the legs, right? You can like figure out where you want your legs to be, figure out where you want your arms to be, lift your chest. Pull those elbows away from each other and then forward fold. But don't let that top arm like sink down around your spine. Keep trying to lift it out of it. Smiling and breathing. Good, carefully releasing, rising back up. Unwind the arms, move them around a little bit. Then unwind the legs. Take both legs out in front of you. Wiggle them around. Good, now sitting nice and tall, draw the right knee into your chest, give it a hug, pull it in a lot. Good, see if you can separate that right foot about a fist distance away from your left thigh. So if they're not like touching, it's just like a tiny bit away. Good, now inhale, reach up, your right arm reaches really long. And then forward fold inside that knee. Good, now maybe you take your right arm and reach around your back again, but around that shin. Yeah. And then you take your left arm and you reach behind your back. And then you get your hands behind you. Or maybe you laugh and say, that's nuts. Now, your chest is trying to turn over your extended leg. You're trying to fold down. That leg that's out to the side is trying to squeeze into your ribcage. That makes the space smaller. That means that you can get that grip a little easier. This is where we get reputations for turning people into puzzles. Good, releasing from there, coming up tall. And then bring that leg now, stepping it across. So the right foot steps across your left leg. Sit up nice and tall. You have an option to bring your left heel towards your right hip again. We're setting up the choice. So, right hand goes behind you, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Big inhale, exhale, and rotate. Remember how we talked about pressing down to rise up? It still applies here. We're not trying to rotate and go down, like screw in the screw into the wall. We're trying to press down to get it taller. So push down and rise up a little more. So on your next inhale, press down, get up a little taller, and then as you exhale, you use that space to rotate a little further. If you want to bring that arm over that right, the left arm, you can use it to help turn you. You can work towards the line, bring that arm front up that way. In your right arm, you don't need to lean it anymore, it goes behind your back, and try to bring your hands together. Or we just smile and stay where we are. Great. Good, come on back to center. Unwind the arm. Counter twist. So just keep the legs and turn the other way. Just for a moment. Good, and then coming back to center, extend both legs out nice and long, shake them out. And then the left leg comes in, you give it a hug, send it up about a fist distance from the right leg. Really hug it in there close. And not only are you bringing it in close to your body, this way, but you're trying to hold it in this way, to the midline. Now inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, forward fold down inside. And this leg is not like, I don't let it like dead fish out to the side. I like squeeze it into my body. And then I can take one arm behind my back and maybe the other arm. Keep that chest reaching out. And then forward folding. Keep that squeeze in that left thigh. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Good, nice and slow, rising back up. Good. Now that left foot crosses over the right. Maybe the right heel comes to your left hip. Doesn't really matter. Just another variation for the legs.
We sit up really tall, pressing down to rise up. Big inhale. And then exhale, rotating. And then again, big inhale, lift the chest. Big exhale, rotate a little further. How long can you make your spine? How tall can you get? How much can you press down to rise up? Two more breaths. Come on back. Unwind and keep the legs just turned to the opposite direction. Counter twisting. Good. Come back to center. Extend those legs out nice and long, shake them out. And then nice and slow, roll yourself down flat onto the mat. Good. Take both legs up towards the sky. Arms out wide like buttered teeth. Yeah, it's okay if you touch somebody, don't be freaked out. Now, squeeze your knees together. Good. As those knees keep squeezing together, take both legs over to the left. Don't let them touch the floor. Just hold them up. Yeah, and then bring them back up to the center. The knees stay together. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is upward. Sorry. Just squeeze together. Drag both legs over to the right side. Don't let them touch the floor. Keep those knees together. Together. And then pull them back up to the center. That's one. We're gonna do three. Okay. So over to the left side. Pull it back up to the center. Good. Take it over to the right side. Keep those knees together. Together. Yeah. And then bring them back up to the center. That's two. Yes, keep those knees squeezing together. That's the hardest part. Go over to the left side. Squeeze them together. Pull them back up to the center. So nice. Legs. Over the right side. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. Pull them up. And all the way back up to the center. Chest. Down. Good. Bridge or wheel. So wheel pose, we bring our fingers to like face the shoulders. Elbow squeeze it. Lift up onto the top of the head and all the way up. So just your hands and your feet are on the floor. For bridge pose, your hips lift up and your shoulders stay down. Bridge or wheel. Good. Nice job keeping those elbows squeezing in. Doing your wheel pose, you want to like shift away to one leg, the other leg to the sky again. Doing crazy sounds. Bring it back to the center, reading one side and give it a try on the other side. And then nice and slowly, all back our way back. To the floor, back to the middle, lower back. An inversion of your choice. Shoulder stand, legs up the wall, maybe a head
practice. So legs up the wall, your legs just like go up, like up in the air. Your butt stays on the floor. Or maybe your butt goes up on the block. Little inversion. Shoulder stand, your legs go all the way up towards the ceiling, so just your shoulders are on the floor. You're taking a shoulder stand, don't look around when you're in. You're going into a headstand, you can choose any variation in the headstand, tripod, or regular forearm headstand. And we breathe. You want to know where everybody's at and what they're doing? Come down, look around, smile, and I don't know what everyone's doing, and then go back up to your thing. You're in shoulder stand, you want to work the legs back towards the cloud. You're in a headstand, you want to do any leg variations in your headstand, binding the legs, windmilling the legs, holding your position. And then from your plow pose, bring ourselves back down to the center. You're in a headstand, you take a child's pose. You're in a legs up the wall, maybe a bridge. Your plow pose, anything that's gonna open the neck and the hip. So it might be a fish pose, or it might be a wheel pose, or you roll over on your belly and find a seal pose, or a cobra pose. Just finding the opposite position. And in your own time, coming back down onto the floor. Soles of the feet down on the floor for everybody. Cross the right ankle over your left knee. Draw that left knee into your chest. And then release and reverse. The left over the right side to your chest. And then back to the center, the soles of the feet down on the floor. Put the feet about as wide as the yoga mat. So your feet are like on train tracks. Both knees drop to the left.
Back to center. Both knees to the right. Keep them on those train tracks so the feet stay wide. And back to center. Go bring those knees into your chest. One more little hug in, cosmic egg. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Good, and then exhale, take everything out nice and long. Arms and legs, stretch, 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 stretch. And then releasing for your final shavasana. So, add layers, put your socks on if you like, fix your hair, fix your nose, make sure your outfit's nice. Get yourself like settled. And then when you find this place that you can be totally relaxed. Relax the jaw, the throat. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. Relax the arms, the hands. Can you soften the muscles surrounding the spine? Let go of any tension in the glutes or the thighs. Allowing everything now to get heavy to the floor. That you get so heavy, it feels like you sink right through the floor. Even your toes relax. to breathe life back into your fingers and your toes. Increasing in your inhales and your exhales. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bring the sole of the foot down onto the floor. Pressing into that left foot, rolling over onto your right side and resting there for a moment in your blissful baby. Thinking about how it is that you want to move forward. Who it is that you do it all for. That our lives might always touch their lives, but only for the better. Always for the better. Using the strength of your arms now to press yourself all the way back up to your comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands to heart center, we'll close our practice together with the sound of the Om in unison. Exhaling. Inhaling. Humbly with joy and gratitude, I thank you all so very much for coming today and sharing the practice with me. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everybody at home.